doggone. I won't do them no more. There's homies, there's news. I done did that before. I'll turn it into something. My comeback on 100. Let's talk it, more action. You just go see coming. I just keep elevating. No losses, just upgrading. My lessons make blessings. I turn that into money. They gotta never settle. This view is so much better. I'm chilling, I'm winning, like on another level. Oh, you can talk all you want. See me as a prayer, nothing I'm afraid of, and I can have it all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let go. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Where you want this yummy, yummy all your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Where you want this yummy, yummy all your tummy. They freeze can't drop like weight. Team love don't want no hate. I'm grinding, I'm shining, up on my way. They gotta never settle. This view is so much better. I'm chilling, I'm winning, like on another. All right, you guys know I had to throw that video in there too, because why not, right? So, all right, video number 2 to get us hyped up. You guys are gonna love this one. I could have kept playing that one, like that music, like all day. So I'm just gonna, we're gonna have to move it along. All right, so here we go, guys. New year, new you, Trent Shelton. This is about 2 minutes long. It's amazing.
It's a new year, but is it really gonna be a new you? I mean, what's gonna make this year any different? What's gonna keep you committed? What's gonna make you stay dedicated to that mission? Anybody can talk it, but the question is, can you live it? The question is, can you be consistent? It's easy to make a decision. What's hard is staying loyal to your vision. What's hard is waking up every day to go get it. Ain't nothing in this world given. So if you want to make a change, get outside your comfort zone and stop living inside your limits. Stop playing with your life. Get up and go fight for your dreams. Because anything is possible to the heart that believes. But you gotta believe. You gotta put that purpose in your soul. Because too many people set goals, but they never put in the work to see their dreams unfold. That can't be you. It's time to break through. It's time for you to stay loyal to what you said you were gonna do. Even when that mood is left you. Even when that struggle gets the best of you. It's not there to break you. It's just there to test you. It's just there to show you how bad you really want it. Because when you're serious about change, you don't need a new year. Because all you need is a new moment. So own it. It's time to break those old ways. Because when you're committed to your purpose and focus on your vision, you don't have to chase money. Because dedication pays. But those weak habits gotta break. That mindset reshaped. You gotta believe the odds are beatable even when the odds say it's impossible. That's what I call faith. And that's what's gonna take. 24/7, 365, you gotta live it, breathe it, be it every single day. Conquer any challenge that gets in the way. And remember, it's more about what you do and less about what you say. So if your life couldn't say one word, what would your life speak? Would it still say you about conquering your struggle, create new peace? Would it still say you about getting the most out of your life? Because every moment matters, especially when you realize over 150,000 people die every night. Ain't none of this promised. Ain't none of this guaranteed. So the question I'm gonna ask you is this. When you breathe your last breath, when you fight your last fight, what's the legacy that you gonna leave? Stop playing with your life in 2017. It's rehab time. Let's get it. Please share this message.
All right. That is our intro for today, and I'm going to hand it off to our most amazing MC Tavia, who rocked it last night, totally killed it. So take it away,
Hi,
girlfriend.
guys. Hey, everyone. Okay, so I don't know. I feel like we need to get a little bit more hype. I know we're in our PJs and the mindset's like we're ready for sleep, but you guys, tonight is all about systems, and we know that systems aren't necessarily the most hypest thing, right? Because here's the thing, you guys. Whenever you have, here's what I want you guys to know going into this, and I'm going to hand it off to my girl Brittany. But You guys, when we're talking about systems, people always ask, well, how do I go diamond? How do I go double? How did you go triple? And honestly, here's the thing. There's no special recipe or special book that we read and was like, poof, okay, we're triple, right? Oh, we're double, we're diamond, right? Here's the thing though, systems equal success, right? Your habits have to serve you and not rule you. How many of you guys have habits right now? Because I saw some of y'all put procrastination down yesterday, right? That's totally me in some areas. But how many of you truly have a system or habits that are serving you in this season, right? And I really want you guys to really hone in on what they have to say, because these two leaders bring it when it comes to habits, and they're very, very skilled in certain areas. And I know that all of us are going to learn. I have my notebook ready to go, but we're going to get up, we're going to move a little bit. So Brittany, my girl, I don't know if we want to put her on speaker view, but
hey girl, hey,
but we're gonna get up and move a little bit. Okay, we can't dance. I may be mixed, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I cannot dance. I don't even care though. So what are we gonna do? I'm ready. What are we gonna do?
I don't know, guys. Get up, bounce around, twerk if you want to twerk. Let's just get up and move.
Lord, okay. Hey, or you know what? Can you play Level Up again? Just play the music.
Yeah, just play the music, because here's the thing, you guys. I want to see everybody move. The last time we played the music, I couldn't see nobody. So I want to see everybody, y'all. I'm a white girl. I can't dance at all, okay? But like, I'm ready to dance with you guys, all right?
Yeah,
so let's play some music real quick, and then we're going to get started.
DJ. Who's playing it? See if you get, Melissa, can you play the music? Okay, she's going to play it. I'm driving, so I'm kind of. Move! I want to see hands in the air! I need to see Sarai in this video. Where's Sarai? No, look. Where's the babies? Where's the kids? Go ahead. It's okay. We are not. This is not compliant, so don't worry. We're not live, y'all. We're not live.
You better twerk, Brittany. You better twerk it, girl.
I'm already sweating. Loud. Good. Okay.
Come on, guys. Get out of your seat. Get out of your seat, you guys.
Oh, she ain't done, y'all. She had a little something in there, so she ain't done. Get up, everyone.
I gotta boomerang this real quick, so you guys are on camera. You guys ready?
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, guys, take your videos, take your pictures, all that good stuff. Yes.
Oop, as the song ends. Nope, just kidding.
Oh, just kidding.
Level up, 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 level up. Oh, this song is so yummy. Oh, this song so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all your time.
I know there's some of you on this video that I can see that are like, oh, I don't want to show them. That's okay. We'll do it another
I'm loving
video.
it.
Don't
Loving
worry.
it, you guys.
I have it queued up for the whole night. We got it queued up for the whole night. Just let me know.
Get it, Sarai, get it.
Just play it randomly. All right, Brittany girl, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you and your story, because you have a pretty epic story, and then go ahead and start getting into your bullet points about systems.
Y'all, I'm out of breath.
I know.
For real?
Need some work.
Yeah, guys, I gotta start working out. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys, I am pumped to be on here with you guys tonight. My name is Brittany Austin. I am from a small town about 45 minutes outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. I have been in this amazing business. It will be 9 years in February, and you guys can hear me like I'm seriously out of breath. It's so bad. Okay. So I was actually in the healthcare industry 8 years ago. My husband and I were $30,000 in credit card debt. Drop a 1 in the comments below if you joined this business because you had massive amounts of credit card debt. That was me, you guys. And then I didn't know what it was from. We had bought a house and done different things, you guys, but $30,000 literally was on my shoulders every single night I went to bed. Now, here's the thing, you guys. My husband and I, we both make good money. I was in healthcare. My husband was in lithium, but there was always more month left at the end of the money. You guys, and I was tired of struggling. So I had seen a girl post on social media, and I was skeptical because guess what, y'all? I had been in 3 other direct marketing, direct sales companies, okay? I was with Mary Kay for a little bit. I was with Pampered Chef. And then your girl rocked some Pure Romance and did one party and was like, oh, hell no. I cannot talk about those accoutrements on, like, in front of people. So needless to say, I just kept all those goodies and quit after my first party. I'm not even kidding. Okay. So when I got started in this business, you guys, I was not new to direct sales. I had done other things, but guys, I failed miserably. So I was super, super skeptical. But like I said, y'all, we were tired of living paycheck to paycheck. We were tired of having all that credit card debt. So I jumped in. It was $199 back in the day to get started. But within a year and a half, we were able to pay off all of that credit card debt. I was actually able to come home from my full-time job in healthcare, and my husband and I have actually been full-time in this business he's been actually full-time for the past 4 years. So this business has been such a blessing to us. And so I'm so excited, you guys. I'm not a green at all. I'm actually a pretty hardcore red. My team will tell you that, but I love schedules and I love systems. And being in this business 9 years, you guys, it is easy to procrastinate. It is easy to not want to get up in the mornings and do the dang thing. It is easy to get in a funk. And so it is so important that you guys start now with a focused, driven system to achieve your goals. So if you do not have a pen and paper out right now, get it out because let's get ready to go. You guys, when I tell you guys my systems and I talk a little bit about my schedule, you're probably going to think I'm crazy with some of this stuff I'm going to tell you guys. But it's so important that you get nitty gritty and that you get deep down in there in the bits and pieces of your day, because that is truly how you're going to find success in your business. Okay. So what we did earlier is, for those of you guys that are just now hopping on, I told everybody earlier to write on a sheet of paper what your schedule looks like. Okay. So obviously a lot of you guys are probably thinking, well, I get up in the morning, I get my family ready, I get them off to school, I go to my 9-to-5 job, I stay there from 9 to 5. I get off, I pick the kids up, go home, get dinner. Is that kind of how most people's day looks like, right? Most people's day may look like that, okay? A lot of you guys may stay home. If you do, that's awesome. But I know a lot of people on my team personally, that's what their day looks like. And so I want to show you guys how you can fit in family time with your husband and all the things that he needs, your kids' time, sports, and your business, and find that success. Okay. So get your paper ready, write down what your schedule looks like. And I'm going to show you guys kind of how to fit everything into your day. Okay. So first I'm going to give you guys 6 steps to help you strengthen your focus and achieve your goals. Okay. First step is set a freaking schedule. Okay. Set a schedule. You guys have to understand, you can control 3 things in your life: the thoughts you think, the images you visualize, and the actions you take daily. Those are 3 things that you guys can control. Okay. So when you guys have vague goals, okay, and vague plans, it's easy not to work towards achieving those. So you've got to make sure that your goals are clear and that your plans are well thought out. Okay. So have a schedule for every step of the way. For example, okay, let's say you work a 9 to 5 and you say, well, I want to do 2 power hours a day. Okay. Saying I want to do 2 power hours a day is not enough. When are you going to do those 2 power hours a day? You need to schedule those. So if you have to be at work at 9, then maybe you need to wake up an hour earlier. If you usually get up at 7, maybe you need to wake up at 6 and get that first power hour in at 6 a.m. and then that second power hour in when the kiddos are in bed at nighttime. That is the kind of schedule that you need. You have to be specific, because guess what, you guys? If you just say, well, I'm going to try to get in 2 power hours today, guess what, y'all? Life gets in the way, right? You have kids, you have sports, we've got COVID going on right now. Life gets crazy. And by the end of the day, after the kiddos are in bed, guess what? A lot of you guys are saying, oh crap, I haven't done 1 power hour. Oh crap, I don't have 10 hosts to post up. Oh crap, my KPI is not even done. But it's because you're not scheduling the right way. Okay. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what my day looks like. And let me tell you something. I know what my day looks like down to when I make my bed. Down to, you see these shades back here? So I'm in my bedroom right now, okay? This is where I get everything done, okay? So down to when I open my shades up. And you're probably thinking to yourself, chick, that's crazy. Like you scheduling all those things. Absolutely. Because guess what, you guys? First thing I do when I get up in the morning is I get up at 6:30. Okay, I get up at 6:30. I get my kids ready. But before I get my kids ready, let me tell you what happens. These blinds behind me, they go up. And you know why they go up? Because that is sunlight in my room. Okay, because guess what? If those blinds don't come up, you know what happens after my kids go off to school? Mama gets back in the bed. Mama's not getting back in the bed if the sun's shining in. So my husband gets on me. He's like, man, it's still dark outside. I don't care if it's still dark outside. Because in an hour when they're off to school, guess what? The sun's going to be up. And if them blinds aren't up, Mama's getting back in the bed. Okay. So that's the first thing I do is put those blinds up. Next thing I do, you guys, is I get my kids ready for school. And then I make my bed at 7:15. You come to my house, guys. I don't care who you are. Randy, Maggie, Jessica, you guys come to my house. Guess what? By 7:15, my kids are out the door, my blinds are up, and my bed's made. Ask anybody that has ever came to my house, whether it's my mama or my sister or whatever. That's how it works for me because I know me. You guys know you. You have to figure out what is going to work for you and keep you on that schedule to really get you guys out of the bed, motivated, and ready to do the dang thing every day. Okay. So I get up at 6:30. I get the kids ready for bed and off to school. 7:15, I make my bed. We open the windows in our house, do all that. Then I sit down right here in this chair, you guys. I do personal development. I pray. I do my journaling, all of the things spiritual. And I do my very first power hour for the day. And guys, I'll be honest, 95% of the time, I get everything done on my power or on my KPI list, besides my host of posts and besides my post throughout the day and my stories. Obviously, those are things you're not just going to put up all at one time. But I get most everything done with my KPI before 8:30. Now, who would like to get everything like that done before 8:30? Every single one of you guys, right? Then get up first thing in the morning and do it. And I'll tell you guys this. Another thing you guys, who hates messaging? Drop me a 2. Drop me a 2 in the dang chat if you hate messaging. I freaking hate messaging. If you guys go to your KPI and you pick out 2 things that you hate doing on your KPI list, I guarantee you 95% of you guys will say that you hate messaging. Well, let me tell you something. You better start doing that first. If you hate doing that, do it first and get it done. Because if you wait till the end of the day, you know me as well as anybody else. You guys know you're not going to do it. So do what you hate first. The first thing I do on that, the first 2 things I do on those KPIs is I message and I follow up. So if for all of you guys, we had a bunch on here that typed 2, a bunch, because you guys hate messaging. Get it done first, okay? So next, so like I said, I've done my power hour, my KPI. I get ready, you guys. I straighten up the house. And then in between the cracks of my day, you guys, I can spend time with my kids. I can do all kinds of other things. And then around lunchtime, I'll do another power hour. So a lunchtime power hour. Then I'll pick my kiddos up from school and I have that time with them. Now, let me tell you this. Let me tell you what. Mama's babies are in bed by 7:30 every night. Message my team and ask them if my babies ain't in bed by 7:30. Absolutely. Because you know what? When you're keeping your kiddos up until 10 o'clock, and then, obviously everybody's schedule is different. But all I'm saying is you guys get on a schedule. Have your kids in bed at the same time every night. Get that power hour in the evening. And then guess what? Go give your husband some loving. Go spend some time. Go watch a movie. Because let me tell you something. Being in this business for 9 years, if you don't put him first and you don't put your babies first, guess what? They are going to complain. Those husbands are going to give you hell. And it's nobody's fault but your own if you do not have a schedule set. I learned that the hard way. And I tell my team that all the time. Make time for those husbands. Make time for those babies. And make time to get your KPI done and work your business. Because at the end of the day, you guys, our families still come first. But if you're not scheduling time for your husband and your kids and your power hours and your KPI, if you're not scheduling for those things, you're not going to have success, you guys, and you're going to have an upset family, and things are just not going to be right in your household. Then you're going to have to listen to your husband. Is anybody, y'all, we got needy husbands. Am I right? Raise your hand if you got a needy husband. We got a lot of needy husbands in the house, okay? We do. So all I'm saying is, you guys, find what's going to work for you and stick to it every day. Now, another thing I want to talk about really quick is delegate. All right? What do we do as mamas? What do we do as mamas, y'all? As mamas, we want to do it all. We think we got to do it all. Nobody can do bath time like mama. Nobody can do dinner time like mama. Nobody can do this. Nobody can do that. Can I tell you something? In my household, I ain't done a bath, and I can't tell you how long. This mama don't do baths. And I know that sounds crazy. You guys are probably like, what? You don't bathe your kids? No, my husband does it. Because then I can have that mental capacity, you guys. You know how we are as mamas. What happens, y'all? Oh my gosh, I got to do dinner. I've got to do dishes. I've got to do bath. We got to do homework. Guys, delegate. Ask your husbands and your kids for help. Guess what, y'all? I have a 3 and a 6-year-old. When we do laundry, my girls put up their pajamas. They put up their panties, their underwear, and my 6-year-old hangs up her clothes, and she helps me hang up her sister's clothes. Absolutely. Guess what? When I cook, who does dishes? Mom ain't done dishes in 10 years in our household. My husband does those dishes. I ain't kidding. Ask my husband if I've touched water in that sink in the last 10 years. He's going to tell you no, because that's how it is. Don't be afraid to ask, because here's the thing, you guys. You are out there working your business so you can have something for your family, because I guarantee every single one of you guys are tired of living that paycheck to paycheck life. Every single one of you guys are tired of being in debt. You want to be home with your babies. Every single one of you guys has goals. So if you want to make those goals happen, you have to delegate, and it has to be a family. Okay, it has to be a family. And another thing, obviously, not everybody can do this, but I'll tell you what, one thing every single one of you guys need to put on your dream board is to have your house cleaned once a week. When I went diamond, that was the one thing I wanted, was a housekeeper once a week. And let me tell you something, since I started this business for the last 8 years, I've had somebody come in and clean my house once a week. And it is the biggest breath of fresh air on Thursday mornings at 8 a.m. Guess what? My housekeepers come, and that's one less thing that I have to think about throughout the week. Every single one of you guys right now, find that dream, get your dream board out, and then put that on there, because I promise you guys, it will be such a huge weight lifted off your shoulders. Okay. So that's the first thing. All right. So let me get my notes back out, y'all. So set that schedule, okay, and work towards those daily, okay? Everybody's is going to look different. Mine's going to look different from each of you guys, okay? But set that schedule, okay? Next is stop procrastinating. Hold your hand up if you're a procrastinator. Okay? I've been there, you guys. I've been there. But here's the thing. When you do something right away, guys, it allows you to get the task done. And most importantly, you don't block out valuable mind space with thoughts of having to do something later. Am I right? Does that happen for us mamas? We're like, oh, I'll do it later. And then we've got all of these things in our heads, you guys. Quit doing that. Stop procrastinating. Write it down and get it done then. Okay. So for example, if you know throughout the day, you need to journal, you need to do your personal development, and you need to start your morning with it and get it done. So that's one thing that you can check off that list. Okay. So stop procrastinating. All right. Number 3 is something we kind of already talked about, is focus on less, you guys. There are so many things that you guys can, ask your family for help. Or another thing, you guys, split that KPI up. Does anybody ever get a little overwhelmed with KPI? You're like, oh my gosh, there's like 10 things on there, and I have to get 10 Hosta posts up for the day. Hosta post is kind of dry right now. Like, how am I going to do this, you guys? Right? Okay. All I'm saying is, you guys, split it up. So if you're going to do 2 power hours a day, work on the first 5 KPI, or, your 5 least favorite in the morning, and then at nighttime, work on the rest. It's okay to split things up and focus on less. Okay. So that's number 3. All right. Number 4 is get back on track when you slip. Okay. New Year's is right around the corner, y'all. Okay. You're going to slip. Some of you guys may be saying, I'm going to work out every day. Okay. Guys, let's be honest. Sometimes we're going to slip. You guys see this right here? I got a Peloton right behind me. My goal was to work out 5 days. I've had it for 2 weeks. My goal is to work out 5 days a week. Y'all, I've already slipped. But guess what, y'all? I told my husband in the morning, I'm getting back on it. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get up super early. I'm going to get back on it. Okay. So get back on it when you slip. All right. Next is, we talked about this just a few minutes ago, is learn to delegate, you guys. You truly cannot do everything by yourself. Doing something well doesn't mean you have to do it on your own. Okay. So don't be afraid to ask for help from your husband, your kids, you know, all of the things, you guys. I can promise you guys, just ask, okay? But make sure you guys are finding time to fit those things into your day, okay? So let's drop it in the chat, you guys. Tell me a little bit about what your day looks like. And guys, make sure you're finding those times specifically to stick these KPI tasks into your day, okay? So I want you guys to post those in the chat and make sure you guys really work on that schedule. Another thing, you guys, is put it somewhere you can see it, okay? So many of you guys probably make your schedule and you do what with it? You stick it in a book and then it goes in your purse or it goes wherever. I want you to have a schedule that you literally get creative with. Make it like a dream board, okay? Post a schedule like a dream board. You guys, you know, like in kindergarten, you have like the whole schedule of like, you know how it is. It's got like math and then reading and like all the things, you guys. Why don't you make it look like that so you can see it every single day? It's posted in front of you every single day. If you have to do sticky notes, do sticky notes, you guys. Do whatever it takes to keep those things in front of you guys. Because if you guys are not going to have a schedule and you're not going to plan from now for the rest of your life, you guys, I can promise you guys that it's going to be hard to find success. And every single one of you guys deserve to have success when it comes to their businesses, okay? So, all right, you guys, drop your questions in the comments and we're going to move on to something else, okay? And honestly, this is my favorite topic. Being in the business 9 years, I am all about some customer retention, y'all. Who likes customer retention? Anybody in here like customer retention? I love my customers. Let me tell you something. I love them. Like, if I could go to their house and hang out with them, like I would. Like, I love getting in front of people. I just love anything that has to do with my customers. Okay. So make sure you guys go ahead and jot all these things down because there are 7 ways that I keep up with my customers. Okay. First, guys, after they sign up, okay, I message them. I send them info about how to log into their website. I also let them know thanks for the support. I send them my personal phone number. So if they ever need anything, they can get in touch with me that way. And I let them know that I'm going to be in touch with them about all of the promos that we have. Okay. That's the very first thing that I do as soon as they sign up, guys. And it's so important to let your customers know why you do this. Let them know why you do this. I personally don't do this myself. I do some other things that I'm going to talk about later. But I went to a show one time, like, you know, those shows where you can like set up a booth. And this lady gave me a postcard and it had a picture of her family and it had her why on it. And she gave that to every single person that ordered at the show with her. And I freaking loved it. This was just probably back at the beginning of the year, right before COVID, but I loved it because it allowed me to connect with her. And I knew why she was working her business. And guess what, you guys? I have ordered from her she's a Scentsy rep. I love to order those scents. And so I order from her every single month because I can connect with her. I know why she's doing this. She's a mom. She just wants to make that extra money for her family. And so that's just a little tip for you guys. If you're wanting an extra way to really connect with your customers, send that out, you guys. I mean, it's a little postcard and what is it, like 40 something cents to mail things these days. So it's not super expensive and it's a tax write-off. Okay. So that's the first thing. All right. Next, guys, I send a message anywhere from 10 to 14 days after they've ordered to ensure that they have their product and they've got started using it. Raise your hand, y'all, if anybody has ever followed up with a customer and you're like, girl, how are you loving those products? And she said, girl, I didn't even start taking them yet. And you're like, are you flipping kidding me right now? Like, you literally are spending money and you're not using the dang product. That used to be me back in the day. Well, girl, I just hadn't used it yet. Well, you better put that on your kitchen counter and you better go take it. You better set your alarm. So what I have found personally is if I follow up within 10 to 14 days, then it allows me to make sure that they're using the product for best results. Because guys, let me tell you something. If they're not using the products and it's sitting on their counter, guess what's going to happen? They're not getting results. Hence, they are not ordering after 3 months. You're not keeping those customers around. Also, you guys, they're not going to turn into a dang distributor. It is up to you to touch base with your customers and keep them happy. Okay. So 10 to 14 days after they've ordered to ensure they have their product and that they're using it. All right. Next is I message 5 days before their auto shipment. And I always say, how are you loving your products? Not, hey girl, how are the products going for you? Hey girl, do you like your products? No. I'm assuming that girl loves her products. She loves her cleanse. She loves that coffee. I'm assuming that she loves it, guys. And I'll be honest, I rarely get anybody that tell me that they don't. So it's all about wording. Find out how they are loving what they are using. Okay. So I find out if they want to keep things the same, if they want to change it up. And I also obviously let them know about the promos. Now, let's talk about this for a minute. Raise your hand right now. If all of your customers, I've been in the business 9 years, all right, I got a lot of dang customers. If all of your customers, when this promo comes out tomorrow, how many of you guys are going to work smarter and not harder and have all of your customers' info saved? So when that promo launches tomorrow, you got to click 1 or 2 buttons and something goes out to everybody. Raise your hand. Not many. Guys, that's taking time away from your husband. That's taking time away from your family, point blank. Get organized. If you are not organized right now, you need to get there before the new year, you guys, because the easiest thing I've ever done is automating everything in my Connect app. I've also got stuff saved in my cell phone by LCs, DTs, and all that good stuff. Get organized, you guys. Work smarter, not harder, okay? So I message 5 days before their auto shipment, see how they're loving things. Next, guys, if they decide to cut that auto ship off, after their first month, guys, I still follow up 1 to 2 times a month. Okay. If they're ordering, I'm still following up. Okay. I don't just let people's auto ship run because, guys, that's just like, would you be pissed off if your auto ship ran for a cleanse and you wanted Fat Fighters? Right? You could be pissed off, right? So regardless, if my customers still log in and do things themselves, I still follow up with them and remind them. And guys, here's the thing. Let me tell you what day I do it. My follow-ups are done on Mondays. Mondays, I delegate literally an hour. I dedicate an hour to sit there. And that's what I do is I touch base with my customers. I go to their Facebook pages. I go to their Instagram pages. I send out messages. Guys, I have even gotten my dang, I can't sing worth a crap. I can't dance, but I really cannot sing. I have sang happy birthday to my loyal customers, okay? I just try to get on their level and I let them know that I truly care about them. And I am so blessed that they are amazing enough and kind enough to support my small business, you guys, because my husband and I, this is what we do. And if it was not for them, you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this. And you need to let your customers know how thankful you are. That's what's going to keep them ordering. Okay. So after their first month, I still follow up 2 to 3 times a month. Next is, guys, when their auto ships are cut off, I follow up monthly with promos, specials, and I let them know that I'm thinking about them. Whether it's they had a loss in the family, I reach out to them and let them know I'm praying for them. I reach out to find out if they have any new goals. I've already reached out to all my loyal customers about the new product that we have coming out tomorrow in the promos. So make sure that you guys are still reaching out. Just because they cut an auto ship off doesn't mean they fell off the end of the world and you just don't have to touch base with them anymore. Okay. Next, like I said, Mondays are the day that I follow up every single Monday. Find a day that works for you. Maybe it's Monday. I get all of that done on Monday. Cause like I said, you guys, I'm really not super big on messaging. So for me, Monday's the day I get it all done. Okay. Now, here's my favorite thing. All right. I love sending out Christmas cards and birthday cards. And let me tell you something. I get the most feedback from that. Okay. So I send out Christmas cards to my customers that ordered 3+ months. And I send out birthday cards to anybody that orders 6+ months. Okay. And it's literally, you guys, super simple. It's all a tax write-off. But I'm telling you what, some of my best distributors, have went from customers to distributors. But I'm telling you what, I have people that order almost every single promo. They host a post weekly. They share my stuff all the time. They refer me customers like it's nobody's business, because that customer service is there and it's on point. And guys, in the new year, if you take care of your customers, guess what? They gonna take care of you. They're gonna send people to you. They're gonna share your posts. They're gonna share your lives. They're gonna host a post for you, and they may join your team. So please, guys, in the new year and from now on, don't just sign somebody up to get a quick sale. Don't just sign somebody up and then leave them and, let their card be charged for 3 months. And then they message you 3 months later and they're like, well, I thought that 4th month, I thought I was done after that. No, you guys know that you would not want somebody to do that to you. So please, guys, do not do that to them. It's going to be so beneficial to your business, you guys, if you are being intentional with your customer retention with the new year, you guys, and that you are setting those goals with the new year. All right. So thank you guys for letting me get on here and ramble. And I hope you guys learned some awesome stuff to be able to set those goals and focus in 2021.
Yay, that was so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have a couple things. I know we were getting some questions about when you were first talking about, okay, so you're talking about your steps in the beginning. So set a schedule, stop procrastinating, and then delegation, right?
Okay, so set a schedule, you guys.
Yeah.
Stop procrastinating, focus on less, get back on track when you slip, and learn to delegate.
Got it. Perfect.
Any other questions, you guys?
And then people were asking about the Connect app. Here's the thing, like Brittany. So we didn't always have the Connect app, and I will tell you that has been golden for so many of us. Now, I will tell you, when I first set mine up, did it take a minute to set it up? Yes, it does.
Yes.
It does. I'm not even going to sit there and lie. However, like she said, guys, it's all about working smarter, not harder. Sometimes it's going to take us doing a little bit more work to then have everything after flow easily. So if you don't or aren't familiar with the Connect app, I will try to find a video on YouTube that corporate did. And there's some even in the app itself. Like if you log into your Connect app, okay, and there are videos that you can watch. One is on the Connect app training. And it is really simple. It's step by step. If you have the opportunity to watch that, please do. Or obviously, if you're on one of our teams, you can always reach out to us and we can kind of go over it with you. But you can actually set up specific messages yourself. There are messages that are auto, like just in there. You can also actually create your own. So like she was saying, if she has specific time frames that she sends her messages out, you can set it to where message number 1 goes out day 1 after they enroll. And then your second message goes out, like she said, 10 to 15 days after. It can go out 10 to 15 days after they order. And what happens is it pops up an alert in the Connect app and it tells you have follow-ups that day. So that's how you know. So don't underestimate that. It's a pretty resourceful thing. And you can send mass texts at once. And no, it's not group text. It is actually one by one. So again, take the opportunity to actually dive into that if you have a chance, especially even tomorrow or at least sometime this week for this promo, because like she said, you're taking time away from your family if you guys aren't organized, One thing I wanted to share though with you guys is when she was talking, it made me think about when you're talking about setting a plan, as she was saying in the beginning, like, okay, you have a goal, that's great, but what is your plan? You got to go deeper. And I had read something where it says vision without execution is hallucination, right? It's like, oh, this sounds really good. Oh, I'm going to do A, B, C, D. Have you guys ever created this plan in your head and you're going to, I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. and then I'm going to work out for 60 minutes and then I'm going to go run 10 miles and then I'm going to go, you're like crazy stuff that realistically it's just not going to happen, right? But again, it's really about getting specific, and I really liked what you said too, Brittany, about I have a planner, okay? And I get mine from Target. It is nothing special, okay? And the reason why I like this planner, for everyone that's a planner person, this actually has, I'll show you because I'm super pumped about it. This has a calendar to where each day has like little things on it. I don't know if you guys can see, okay? But it has like all these different boxes for like time frames throughout each
Yes,
day.
mine has that too, and it's
gold.
amazing.
Yeah, so I write my follow-ups in here, you guys, whoever we're talking to every single day. But again, here's the thing. I think we always want to say, well, I'm not a schedule person. I'm not a morning person. I'm not this. Listen, you can say that till you're blue in the face, but do you want to run a business? Are you a business owner? Are you the CEO of your own dang business? Because if you are, then you got to start acting like it. And I know that's a little red, but it's the truth. You all aren't here, I'm pretty sure, in your PJs, okay, on a 9 p.m. like Zoom call just because you want this to be a hobby, right? You're not. So if you want this to produce like a business, then you're going to have to show up like a business. You guys, nobody joins this because you have time. We join this business because we want time. Okay.
Absolutely.
And every single one of us can tell you the story about how we started with whatever we started with, right? Like working 2 jobs. I was a nurse practitioner. I worked trauma. I had a newborn and 2 other kids under the age of 6. I didn't have time, but I had desire to change my situation because I knew that if nothing changes, nothing changes. And if I were to sit there and complain, like you see people on your newsfeed, how many people that you see in your newsfeed talk about how they broke right now? I'm broke. I need a job. Who's hiring? Oh, girl, they pay $9. I'd be looking at these like messages like, what did she just say? Did she just say $9? And they're like hopping on this. I'm like, oh my gosh. But the thing of it is people are looking for an opportunity, right? And you guys, if you're not organized in any way, shape, or form, then you're doing yourself a disservice. You really are. And it's going to take time. It's going to take effort. Yeah. But you got to set up a system because system is what leads to success, you know?
All right, Tavy, I got one more thing really quick.
Go for it.
I meant to say this earlier. All right, you guys, this was a quote that I really loved, and it says, the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. And one thing I have found is that many of you guys, and guys, I have been guilty of this myself, is you want to prioritize that, the Bachelor or the Bachelorette. You want to prioritize, got to make sure you get in that nap. You want to prioritize, let's go out and go to the bar. There are all these things that you want to prioritize, but what are your priorities? I can promise you going to the bar and, all the TV shows and all those things. Y'all, I've been there. Like, no judgment here. I've been there. But guys, those things are not going to get you out of living paycheck. You're going to continue living paycheck to paycheck if you're doing those things, point blank. Okay. Next thing, really quick, I had somebody ask, how do you keep track of follow-ups, or do you use a calendar or planner? Guys, I'm old school. I have a 3-ring binder, like not 3-ring binder, but like a notebook that I literally keep all my host to post stuff in and my follow-ups. Because guys, guess what? One time my Facebook got hacked for an entire week. I barely got it back, and I thought my business was absolutely doomed. Okay. So keep your follow-ups somewhere where you can actually get to them and not just in your messages. Okay. Another thing, like I said, make sure you guys have that calendar there. And another thing I do like to do is I love to do like the Google scheduling, because you can also kind of hook it up to Facebook as well. And so I will do that with follow-up as well. So those are just kind of a couple of things I use, but most importantly, you guys, I'm just old school. So it's kind of how I do things.
Yeah, I agree. I'm old school too. I like writing it down. I always thought in the beginning of my business 5 years ago that I would remember everyone in my messenger. And then I realized I don't, and I forget literally everything. And so I have to write things down. Like we forget things. You think you're going to remember and you will not. I use a clipboard. That's something I do. And does it normally go with me? Kind of, sort of. But another friend, I think she's on here. Shout out to Gina. She introduced me to block scheduling. I don't know if it's going to help anyone. If it doesn't, that's fine. But what I like to do, so I worked 12-hour shifts usually, and I came home a couple of years ago, and I was finding that even though I'm home and you assume we have more time, I was actually more lazy than I was when I was working out of the house. Okay, I'm just gonna be super real. And I figured I had to create a schedule, and everyone in my household knows my block. It's taped to my office door. Okay, if y'all see it, it's literally taped. If I'm in office hours, yeah, we're in college up here. If I'm in office hours, don't you dare knock on that door. Like, it's done, right? I lock it. But the thing of it is that everyone has to know my schedule. So like she was saying, like, her kids are in bed by 7:30. Some of us may think that that's crazy, but here's the thing. If she's not, if you don't, what is this phrase? If you don't, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Right? If you're not, it doesn't go in my planner. If it doesn't go in my phone as a reminder, guess what? It's not happening. I literally schedule date night. Yeah, I schedule date night. All right. Because if I don't schedule it, it's not going to happen. Right. And so you guys have got to figure out what works for you. It may not work for you to have this clipboard. It may not work for you to have block scheduling, but find something that works and stick with it. I think so often you get on these Zooms and you hear all these awesome ideas, and they are awesome, but don't be so quick to change what you're doing if you haven't fully mastered what you're doing right now. Take the time to say, okay, here's some really helpful tips that she's saying. Let me see if I can add it to what I'm already doing. Okay. So please know that. One other thing she was talking about, I love how she sends Christmas cards, you guys, and thank you cards, or birthday cards. This is what I send for my customers, and I send it right in the beginning, and I tape an energy stick to the top. You have no idea how many people have ordered energy because of this. And now I've been doing sleepy tea. Yeah. And it's a game changer. Yes, does it cost me money? I use product rewards. That's all. So I pick something out of there that is like an individual packet. I tape it to the top, and it literally is just like, thank you so much for supporting our small business. Like, and I write on the back, like, my phone number and stuff like that. And I literally send it, and it's just one forever stamp. Okay. Yeah. It costs us money. Like she said, it's a write-off, but guys, it goes a long way, and your customers do appreciate it. So just so you guys know. All right. I think we covered all of that. Do you have anything else, Britt? Are you good?
That's it, girl. That's it.
Hey, all right, guys. So keep the questions coming. And now I'm going to move it over to Miss Shar. Where are you at, girl? Go ahead and introduce yourself. Hey. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and then go ahead and get into your systems.
I'm so excited, you guys. I'm actually nervous. I always get nervous on trainings. I don't know why, but so I'm Shar. I have a twin sister, so she's Shar too. Shar Squared, we go by. But so I started in the company almost 5 years ago, which is crazy. But almost 5 years ago, and I'm gonna set a timer on my phone because y'all, I really can go on and on and on forever. So I got started almost 5 years ago. I was working as a nurse. And Tavia, that's so crazy that you said you're a nurse practitioner, because literally, you guys, how many people have been feeling like, man, like, I need to do something because what's going on right now in the world, like, I need a plan B. And that was me, like, just a few months ago. And I'm like, wow, like, you know, I'm a registered nurse. Like, do I go back to nursing? Like, it's okay to feel like, okay, like, let me step it up because something has to change. And, you know, I was like, conflicted, like, do I go back to work or do I kill my business? So it's just inspiring to see you as a nurse practitioner saying like, hey guys, saying like, you know, I'm a nurse practitioner, and I walked away, because it really just goes to show that it does come down to your system. So when I was sitting there thinking like, like, am I going to go back to work? Am I going to go back part-time, per diem? What am I going to do? I said, no, like, what do I have to realign to make my business work for me? So I don't know, like, I'm the kind of person where I've always like jumped on a training, and you get so much from it, and then you go back and you're like, wait, so now I have to do all that. So like Tavia just said, like, do it works. If you're doing something and it works, and you feel like you just heard an amazing idea from Brittany, because I got some personal gems from Brittany, and you're like, man, but this is already working, then don't change it. If the wheel ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm not going to give y'all specific systems. I know that was always like so disappointing to me. Like, I would get on a call, like, what's the magical script? And the script was like, there's no script, just be genuine, use the products. And I would be so disappointed. But when it comes down to systems and scripts, it really does come down to what works for you. So before we talk about systems and I share some of the things that I do that works for me, sorry, now I set my timer, and I do some things that work for me. I just want to talk about getting focused and setting goals, because before your systems come into place, what do you want? What are your goals? So be so clear and solid on what you want, because a goal without a plan is just a dream. And I'll repeat that. A goal without a plan is just a dream. If you're sitting in your house dreaming all day about, I want to be ambassador, I want to buy a house, I want to do this, but what's your plan? Because if you're not planning, you're just dreaming. So one thing that's always helped me was getting my chart out in front of me. Honestly, you guys, if your chart is not out in front of you, you're not serious about your goals. If your goals are money driven, meaning that money is going to fund your goals, and your chart is not out in front of you, you're not serious about that goal. You're just not, because that's your blueprint. So number one, get your chart out in front of you. If you just signed up and you're a brand new distributor, get your executive chart out in front of you. If you're ready to go Ruby, get your Ruby chart out in front of you. But if they're not out in front of you, I promise you, you're probably not going to ever promote. And executive, Ruby, Emerald, these are easy promotions, but without a chart, it's just impossible. So that's first things first, chart. I remember when I went presidential, it was in April of this year. And I didn't decide that I wanted to go presidential until April 7th. And on April 7th, I printed out the presidential diamond chart and I put it on my wall, and I went presidential in April. So it's like, when you have that chart out in front of you, it gives you something to look forward to. It gives you something to check off. It gives you like, yes, another box checked off. Yes, another box at 400. But if you're just signing up customers and moving them around where your upline tells you, or an e-suite, and you don't really know what you're doing, you're not really focused on your goal. So that's first things first. Where is your chart? Next, you guys, what is your $500 plan? Now, you guys keep a compliant income disclosure statement. I'm inserting it all over here, but what is your what is your $500 plan? Find a system for your $500 plan and master it, because once you master that, you can teach that. So I'm not going to tell you guys what my $500 plan is, because it might not work for you. It might work for someone else, and it works for me and doesn't work for someone else. So just get solid on those things. Are you going to make $500 a month selling samples? Are you going to make $500 a month signing up 3 DTs and getting your fast start bonus, and then maybe you're selling 5 samples to compensate? What's your goal and what's your plan to get there? Okay. So simple systems equal success. So just to reiterate, you guys, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I say something, you're like, wait, what does that mean? That's not company terminology. That's SHAR terminology. I saw someone just put in the chat, what's a $500 system? That's just SHAR's terminology. That's just the things that SHAR knows how to teach her team to help them make money. If you aren't good at selling samples, you cannot teach someone how to sell samples. So therefore, my sample selling system won't help you, because you don't sell samples. So just what I meant by that $500 plan is that I think we as leaders and emerging leaders, we have to show our team really quickly how to make money. Of course, everybody wants to be ambassador diamond, but what would an extra $500 do for your brand new distributor? So you need to figure that out and be able to teach that to them fast. I wrote down, what works when your mindset doesn't is a system. Why? Because what did Brittany just say? Where's your schedule? Where's your schedule? What happens when you have a bad day? What happens when your husband needs more time than you can give your business that day? What happens? Where's your system for that? Some days I'm gonna work harder because my mindset is just like, it's heavy, it's driven, I'm goal focused. Some days I'm gonna work harder based off of what my mind is telling me to do, but some days I'm gonna have a death in my family. Some days tragedy is gonna hit, and what's your system for when those things happen? Simple systems equal success. Why do they have to be simple? Why do your systems have to be simple? And before we even get into SHAR's specific systems, can we just talk about the #1 system that the company has given us, which is the steps to success? Like, literally, and I was complicating it for so long, and that's why I'm saying simple systems equal success, because how simple is the steps to success? And honestly, every single training I've ever been on with Stephanie and Joel Dunn, people are always saying, what are you guys doing? How are you the #1 income earners? Their answer is literally always the steps to success, always. So what are the steps to success? I want somebody to put it in the chat. Somebody put in the steps to success. I'm gonna wait, because I want to see it go in the chat. I was very surprised when I saw that everyone didn't know the steps to success. So what are the steps to success? I want to see somebody put it in the chat. 6 LCs, 3 DTs, repeat. 6 LCs, 3 DTs, repeat. And if we're able to master that, you're able to make a lot of money, because what the steps to success is aligned to do is to help a new team member go Ruby. So if you can go Ruby, that means that you can teach someone how to go Ruby. And if you can teach someone how to go Ruby, you can go ambassador. You might look at an ambassador diamond chart and go, that's insane, I can never do it. But if you print out an ambassador chart in color, almost every single box is red. It's a red Ruby box. So that means that to go ambassador, you're literally just teaching people a very simple steps to success system. Now, within your steps to success system, you might say, okay, well, how do I get my team to run their ADBV auto ship? That's step one of the steps to success. How do I get my team to do it? Talk about the products, use the products, be loud about the products. If you're not using the products, your team is certainly not going to use the products. So that's step one. Use the product so that your team can do what you do. If you're losing weight and you're saying, oh my God, my skin's clearing up, my hair is growing, I lost 15 pounds, using these amazing products that we're already selling, your team will follow. So step one is to use the product. Step two, you guys, 6 loyal customers. What's your system for getting 6 loyal customers? My system for getting 6 loyal customers for my brand new DT is hair, skin, and nails. Very simple, hair, skin, and nails. And that's just my personal preference, but I personally don't like to start a new distributor on something like coffee. Why? Because selling weight loss coffee generally comes with selling other products. Our products work better together. So my specific system is get your 6 LCs, keep it short, keep it sweet, and move on. Hair, skin, and nails is one product that you take and it grows out your hair. That's it. You don't have to have chocolate greens mixed into your skinny brew to make it taste better and a cleanse in the morning. Now that's amazing. If you have a system, if you're a leader and you're like, well, my team is killing it with selling coffee to their first 6 LCs, then keep doing that. But for me, what allows me to get my DT trained the quickest is hair, skin, and nails. And that's just my system. I literally take my new DT through that. Something else that I do is text replacement. So you guys, text replacement is actually a crazy system. It's actually a system. Like how are you maximizing your text replacement? How are you making your business so easy and automated that you can literally at the click of a button just send mass messages? So you guys, like I have tons of text replacements and they're all organized by folders and categories. And I have a folder that says potential distributor objection replies. So we gotta, these people, these potentials, they say the same thing. I can't afford it. I tried it before. No one's going to support me. What if everyone says no? I'm pregnant. We get the same excuses. There's about 10 objections, not excuses, but there's about 10 objections that potential distributors tell us as to why they cannot order the products. I don't sit there all day typing out these long intentional messages. If people are saying and doing the same things, that means I need to have a system that stays the same so that I can continue to respond the same. So when people tell me that they're too shy, I'll read you guys, I'll read you one of the messages. When people tell me that they're too shy or something, I'll send a message like, all right, messaging potential distributors, objection replies. So they say they're shy. Now listen to how intentional and genuine this sounds. They're not going to be like, oh, that's copy and pasted. I say, oh, girl, no worries. 2 things. Don't worry about being shy because you won't be alone. I'll literally tell you everything to say until it's familiar and you're confident talking on your own. I'm still kind of shy too. That's why I love that this business works behind social media. Boom, objection killed. Why do I need this simple system? Because I don't have time to type all that when I'm about to jump on a plane and I'm going to lose service in 2 seconds. I don't have time to type all that. So they tell me, they say, what am I going to be selling? I don't know. What kind of products do you offer? And you're like, man, like we offer so much. I don't have time to type out all the products that we're going to be sending. So I say, we carry over 50 different products that help you look and feel great, all natural and plant-based, mostly vegan and non-GMO. Some of my favorites are weight loss coffee, hair, skin, and nails, and fat burners. I'll send you some of my personal results. Boom, I'm sending them that script and I'm sending them 3 pictures of my personal results that are saved in an album song on my phone, ready to go. So just like there's no perfect system. It's just, are you prepared for a no? Are you prepared for a rainy day? Are you prepared for an objection? When someone does not want to accept your opportunity offer, when you're trying to sign up a distributor and the conversation is not going how you want it, what do? Do you have them do a host post for me? Because I'll be honest with you, I'm not gonna force you to work this business or join. If you don't want to join, you can post for me. So if they're telling you no, are you having them do a host post for you? If they're really, 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 really adamant about not joining your team, are you going to their Facebook friends list and sending 25 friends requests? Because there are some people that are just, you just look at them and you're like, girl, like, you're already taking amazing pictures. You love to travel. You're already doing what I do. You're posting about your coffee. Just do this with me. And you're just like, no. Well, guess what? I'm going to go into your network and I'm going to send your friends requests. So what is your system? What is your system for when they say no to that opportunity? Are you using the Connect app? If someone says, no, I don't get paid until the 27th and it's the 2nd of the month, you had better head over to your Connect app and put their information in the Connect app and set follow-ups so that, number one, you don't have to remember. Number two, you don't have to write it down. And number three, on the 27th, my phone is automatically telling me to send someone a message. It's good. It's done. Here's the person. You said to remind you on this date. We're going to send a message. So that's kind of like the simple system that I use for when people tell me no to the opportunity. But again, there's nothing special about that. That's just what I do. A lot of people are typing in the chat, LOL, LOL, like, oh my God, you go take your friends. Yeah, I take your friends. If you don't want to sell these products to your friends, I'm gonna sell the products to your friends. Next, what's your system for when you enroll a brand new distributor? You just signed up a brand new distributor. What are you gonna do? What's your system? What do you do from the minute that person hits that submit button? You have to know that, because if you don't know that, it's almost like your brand new distributor is not likely to succeed if you don't have a system to give it to them. And if you're fairly new yourself, you're probably going to want to have something that's already working so that you can continue to give it to brand new DTs if you're still in the learning phase yourself. So when you enroll a new distributor, are you launching? Are you getting them on a launch call? Are you showing them your face and that you're real? I was on a Zoom not the other day, but a few weeks back with Amy Spence, and she said, like, if you don't get a new DT on a call within 3 days, it's really likely that they might never take off. And that scared me because I was like, I don't want to talk to people. Like, I love that I could just hide behind social media. Like, I don't know if I could just call brand new distributors. When I started doing it, my DTs all started getting their first 6 customers in like a week. Literally, because it's something about seeing your face, and then it's something about like, okay, I talked to her, she's real, she's giving me the system that works. So if you're not signing up customers, then I have to really question, like, are you using what I'm giving you? So 1, are you getting them on a launch call? 2, what tools are you immediately giving to your new distributor? Are you immediately telling your distributor to log in and get off commission holds? Because I don't want my DT on the 15th of the following month to say, how come I didn't get a check? Did you equip your DT to be commission qualified? Did you plug your DT? Did you tell them to download Zoom? Or are you just going to message them 15 minutes before a Zoom and say, oh my God, join this Zoom? Like, what tools are you giving them immediately when they sign up? Are you telling them to download the Connect app? I think that's the one thing that the confirmation does tell you to do, but did they download the Connect app? Are they in your team page? Do they have the sample app? Because I think it's such a beautiful thing that a DT can literally go make a lot of money right away selling samples. So did you as their upline give them the sample app? It's these little systems in place that are really gonna cause your team to stay together. Not cause your team to stay together, but cause a brand new distributor to really take off in the business. Those quick successes. And then lastly, a part of my system is screenshots. If my new distributor is not sending me screenshots, I cannot train you. So are you requiring screenshots from your new distributors, or are you just saying, well, she told me she messaged everyone, so she must have? No. Are you requiring screenshots? And if you're asking for screenshots and then not sending screenshots, are they coachable? Are they coachable, or do you have to go find someone else that's coachable? Babe, what is that? Are you coachable? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm one track minded. Yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Screenshots. Are they sending you screenshots? Make sure your team is sending you screenshots, guys. Something that brand spanking new distributors don't understand, and I love this, is that they feel like, but this is my best friend, but this is my cousin, this is this person, this is that person. Like, I know how to talk to them. And I get that you want to kind of be yourself when it comes down to talking to your loved ones and the people that you already know. But one thing that you don't understand is that your upline is equipped with, you know how I told you that I had that folder for objection replies? Your new distributor doesn't have a folder for objection replies. So your new distributor doesn't know what to say when someone says no. They take it as a no. But if you send me that screenshot, guess what, boo? You're getting a response from my objection reply folder to send back to your new potential. So make sure you're sending your upline screenshots, but also as the upline, make sure that you're requiring the screenshots if that's your system. Just for me, I really can't evaluate someone's effective conversations or not without screenshots. What's your system for when you face tragedy, you guys? And I'm not trying to be insensitive when I say this, but tragedy is never going to stop happening. And along with that, neither are your bills. So when you have a tragedy, something tragic happen in your family, when you have a death in your family, how does your business stay afloat? What was your pregame for a rainy day? Like, how does your business stay afloat? Do you do content day? Are you like me? You guys, I literally take pictures all day, every day. As soon as my hair is done, I'm just taking pictures all day. Not because I'm gonna post them, not because I even care to even look at them to see if I like them, but because when I need to post something really quickly, I need a picture. I'm not gonna go sit there and take a picture of myself to post when I'm rushing out the door to catch a train or whatever. I don't take trains, but whatever. So what's your system for when you're having a bad day? What's your system as a brand new distributor when you're trying to juggle, being a brand new distributor and learning? I think as you continue to be consistent in the beginning, life and business will mesh. But until life and business meshes, how are you preparing your business for anything? I mean, and as a brand new distributor, it's way less circumstances like tragedy that kind of cause people to take a pause. Like, did your daughter miss her bus for school and now your entire day's messed up because now she's home and now your husband is calling you and something else just happened? Do you have your content prepared, for a rainy day? So I have this app, you guys. This app is called Planoly. And it's, for the most part, it's free. You can upload this many pictures. There's still more. You can upload this many pictures. And I just scroll them around. I just see what looks good where. Again, that's Planoly, but there's tons of, just go on the App Store and type in like Instagram Planner or something. There's tons of little apps. There's one called, I think it's called Plan with 2 N's. There's tons of apps, but I just don't have time. I don't have time in my day to make posts. I make posts at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm bored and there's no one to talk to. That's when I make posts. And I put them in my Planoly app, and then at 7 o'clock in the morning or at 10 a.m. when I'm really, really, really busy, it's already ready to go. Or when I have a death in my family and I'm at a funeral all day, and I'm not trying to be like so morbid, but just a few months ago, my family got hit really hard with COVID. My grandfather died, my grandmother died, my dad was sick, my mom needed me emotionally. It was just a lot going on. And if I didn't have things like, because this is the thing, you guys, I can take a selfie and post a picture and say, so glad I said yes. But would I rather make so glad I said yes as my caption, or would I rather make a genuine, intentional caption that talks about my story and why I said yes and what I've gotten, opposed to a rushed, so glad I said yes post? I want to be intentional and genuine with the content that I'm putting out there. And I don't have time in the middle of a busy day to be intentional and genuine with what I'm typing. And believe it or not, that could be a really major flaw in your system. That could be a really major flaw in why people aren't joining your team. If your distributor opportunity posts are not genuine, why should I join your team and not her team? I want to join Shar's team because Shar talks every day about how she used to be a nurse and now because of this business, she's not. And I'm a nurse and I connect with Shar. But if Shar just posts, so glad I said yes, and Tavia just posted, so glad I said yes, I don't care to join either of their team because I don't even know what they're talking about. So just make sure that you're taking that time to be intentional and genuine with what you're putting out there. When your new distributor has their 6 LCs and their 3 DTs, the third step of the steps to success is to go Ruby. So, what's your system to help a new distributor go Ruby? After your distributor gets their first 6 LCs, the next thing is for them to start signing up DTs. How do you help your new DT sign up DTs? Like, how do you do it? Because again, signing up distributors, you guys don't ever feel like, man, no one's joining my team. I'm trying, I'm following the script. People will come to me and they'll be like, Char, like, can I get the script for this? Can I get the script for that? Can I get the script for this? And my reply is honestly, you guys, like, I can give you, I can go find the script for you, but I don't use it. I can go give you a script, but I don't use it. I use voice memos. I'm genuine in my conversations. So just make sure that you're not forgetting that aspect of being genuine, because you might be doing all the right things, but you might be trying to sign up a distributor through a script, and you may not have that much success signing up a DT through a script, opposed to, now again, my objection reply folder, my if they say no folder, that stuff doesn't sound scripted. It sounds like genuine replies. So take the time to make those genuine type messages so that you can, your business can flow and still be genuine. But how are you helping your new DT go Ruby? And honestly, you guys, if you're not ready to help a new distributor go Ruby, stop being so upset when they don't join your team. Ask yourself this right now, like in your head, say, ask yourself, how do I train someone to go Ruby? How can I help someone go Ruby? And if you can't answer the question, stop trying to sign up a distributor. If you can't answer that question, it's probably because you're not Ruby yet. But learn the business. Something that this company preaches is that we get paid to learn. You're earning while you're learning. So Melissa says, can you train someone to go Ruby? You guys, no, you just have to give them the steps to success. That's how you train your new distributor to go Ruby. You master the steps to success, you sign up 3 DTs, and you teach them the steps to success. The steps to success over and over and over and over and over again, it equals Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, double, triple, presidential, and ambassador. Literally just that simple. So make sure, and that goes back to the very first thing I said, make sure that you know your steps to success, because the entire compensation plan, every single promotion is built off of steps to success. I think that's all I got for y'all. Keep it simple. Build your systems off of what's already working. Build your systems off of repetition. Sometimes I do try to make new content and new scripts and new messages to send out. And the way I go about doing it is just by having conversations. I don't sit there and try to write scripts before I'm actually talking to a person. I'll start talking to a person, and then when they start replying with their objections or their questions, I'll start saving what I'm sending to them so that I can say it to the same person, to the next person when they say the same thing, if that makes sense. I don't think I missed anything in the chats. If I did, Tavia, you can take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was really, really good. So it's a couple of questions, or I think that I saw asked when she was talking about text replacement. So there's some, I'm sure there's some apps that everyone is using, but there's text replacement. There's something called WordBoard. If you have an iPhone, that is an awesome app. And then there's also something called Boards that a lot of people use as well. And I think you can add pictures to that one. I use WordBoard, so I'm not familiar with that. And like, Shar was saying, here's the thing that I learned, and I wish I would have learned it sooner when I joined this or started this business, was saving every single post that I authentically created so that I can build upon it. Saving every message that I started to create in the beginning when I was going back and forth so that I could build upon it, right? And I think it does start with a script. And I think what she's saying, you guys, is really honed into the fact that, of course, we all understand that when you're first learning, it's going to start more than likely with a script, right? And screenshots are crucial. I know that I had to tell my new distributors, and I know there was a question where someone said, well, what do you do if they're still not sending a screenshot? You encourage them to send this screenshot. And I literally will send a voice message. Listen, I want to help you be successful, but I am not able to help you send an effective message if I don't know the preceding conversation that took place. And it may sound so controlling kind of in a way, but really it's not, because if I send you a message and I don't know what the preceding conversation was, it may not flow right. And if it doesn't flow right, a confused mind always says no. So they may be going back and forth with these people. You don't even know what they're really saying, and they're just summarizing it for you. No offense, you're summarizing out of your subjective viewpoint, not theirs. So I need to see exactly what they're saying. And so if someone's not sending screenshots, encourage them to send it. Send a voice message. Tell them why it's important. Because I think if they understand why it's important, then maybe they're more inclined to do it. And like she said, if they're not still doing that, even after you prompted them to do it, are they coachable? Are they someone that is deserving of your time after so long? It doesn't mean you totally drop them, but I have learned too, guys, that you can only give what you can give. And if you're not getting back what you're giving to somebody to a certain extent, then sometimes you kind of have to cut it off, right? And you have to love them and leave them and send them messages here and there, but you cannot slow up trying to help someone keep up. I'm sorry, you just can't do it, especially for those of you that have big goals, okay? And it's not mean, we're not, like these crazy red animals that just don't care. No, it's just that we can't slow up. Have any of you ever had a distributor that has totally mentally drained you? And emotionally, you're like, oh, sweetness, she messaged me. And like, it takes you like a minute to message back because you're like, you don't know how to say, what to say. If you say, like, you're all sorts of confused, okay? That's a problem. Because if it is causing that sort of an emotional inept in you, imagine what it's doing to the customers that they're talking to, the potentials they're talking to. Shoot, imagine what's happening in your team chat. You have no idea, right? So understand and learn how to trust your instincts when it comes to that, and don't shy away from that, especially if you're the leader. Sometimes being a leader, you guys, it does take hard conversations, and it's not because you're coming from a place of being controlling. It's because you want the best for every single person, and you've got to be willing to kind of get uncomfortable and sometimes have those conversations. But so boards, word board, text replacement. And then another thing too, when she was talking, she said, don't ever, like how she was taking people's like friends. I shouldn't even say, it sounds so harsh, but it's not. Here's the thing. Have any of you ever had a person, maybe it's a customer, maybe it's someone that you've talked to, and then all of a sudden you see on their newsfeed that they signed up with somebody else? Has anyone ever had that? And you're like, oh, shoot, who'd she sign up with? And you're in your feelings because you feel like, oh, well, her and I talked. Why didn't she sign up with me? Boo-boo, you probably didn't even ask. But somebody else did, right? Somebody else did. Or somebody else is getting her friends and now her friends asked her, right? So everyone is a potential. Everybody is a potential. And at the end of the day, if you're not going to ask, guess what? Shar or I will. Let me find them and I will ask. We'll ask the question. It doesn't mean that we're trying to beat everyone to the punch, but honestly, at the end of the day, there is abundance. We get that. But if you're not asking, somebody else will. Don't have that happen to you. It is the worst feeling because I've had it happen to me and I can only be mad at myself. You know what I'm saying? So, anything else? Oh, someone wanted to see if you could share your HSN script. I think someone asked that in the chat too. The script that you send when you whenever you have a new distributor. And again, realize guys, understand too, if you need to change it up, please change it up. But a script is just a script. So be sure that, you guys are taking it and kind of, creating it or tweaking it to suit you. Yes. So if you want to share that, Shar, I don't know if you can add it into the chat. If not, we can get it from her.
I'm on my personal phone for Zoom, so I will send it in the chat. But
we'll send it. Okay. Yeah. So if you are on one of our teams, we will make sure that we get it out to our teams as far as
the chat. But just to reiterate, you guys, once again, I have asked VIP leaders for their scripts and they have given them to me and I have not signed one customer. So just that, just because Shar says, and you know what, I'm just gonna be real, you guys. I'm gonna just be real. Make sure that you're talking to your market. My market is kinky coily hair. So if your market is not kinky coily hair, my script might not work for you because it just you might not be talking to people with kinky coily hair. So there's no magical script. Understand that there is no magical script. It is just getting yourself out there, using the products, and being excited about them. You guys, I could sell, if this bottle of water made me lose 15 pounds, I don't need a script to sell it. I'm going to be so excited that you're going to buy this bottle of water because I lost 15 pounds on it. And I'm just going to give you that excitement. So
yeah, I completely agree. And she talks about voice messaging. Here's the thing. 5 years ago, we didn't even have the live capability. I remember when live came out and I was terrified to go live. I was like, Char, can't I just be like back here messaging people? But again, people are nosy. They want to know about you. So then live, right? And now we have TikTok and now we have Reels. We have all of these things. But I think at the end of the day, it is all about being genuine. So if you have the opportunity to send a voice message so people can hear you, it goes a lot further. Because I'm going to tell you this, if I send a script, right, even if it was from Shar, but Shar voice messages them and she gets in their feels, guess who they're going to sign with? right? It is all about the emotional connection that you have. And so take that opportunity to send that voice message. And if for those of you that, aren't familiar with it, don't know how it works, did you know that you can actually message yourself on Messenger? Work at it, like literally practice it. Go to your own Messenger, and literally send yourself a voice message, right? Don't be afraid to do that, or send it to your upline. Hey, from now on, if I have to ask you a question, I'm going to voice message it to you, and get used to doing it. Because the more that you get used to doing it, the easier that it gets. Okay. And then you guys, last but not least, I wanted to leave you guys with something too, because it kind of, I actually posted about it, but it made me think about when we're talking about habits tonight, you guys. I want to share 2 books with you. But this quote really stuck with me, and it says, "The habits you created to survive will no longer serve you when it's time to thrive." Get out of survival mode, new habits, new life. And I think before you joined this business, right, we were in a survival mode, and each one of our survival modes looked different, right? And it was that 9 to 5, it was that grind, it was this, it was that, picking the kids up, it was coming home and you have 10,000 things to do and you have laundry and dinner, right? You're in survival mode. And so the habits you had in survival mode before you joined this business isn't what's going to allow you to thrive. You've got to figure out a new system. Yes, that's going to work for you. Okay. But you've got to figure out a new habits that can serve a new system that will then allow you to thrive. And I think that sometimes we think that we can come into this business and think that what we did before is going to work in this business, and it doesn't. And it's no different than your new distributors. When they're new, they don't know what they don't know, you guys. They're still in survival mode, and it is your job to show them how to set up a new system for success. And their system for success at first may be yours, because that's all they know. But as they learn and grow more, guess what? They can create their own system. And then they can go ahead and teach their new distributors their system, right? And it can keep going and going and going, all right? 2 books that helped as far as habits, and some of you may have read these, but this one is awesome. It is Atomic Habits, you guys, by James Clear. This book was awesome, you guys. If you have the opportunity to get it on Audible or read it, it was life-changing. And it's really all about habits, habit stacking, why habits can serve you. And then this was another one, the 5 a.m. Club. You guys, I wasn't going to read this because I saw 5 a.m. Listen, again, I was that person that said I wasn't a morning person, but when I read this, I realized that stuff had to shift, and it was me, right? So this book was an awesome book too. So if you, again, all about habits, they're not like fun reads, but they are all about habits and how your habits can serve you. And when we're talking about systems tonight, we realize it's not the most exciting thing, but again, if you want success, you guys have to implement a system, and then you have to craft it, and you have to just get really good and hone in on what works for you. And like Shar said, please don't get on the Zoom and take everything that we're saying and totally change and wipe out what you've been doing. If it works, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But if you hear something that resonated with you, feel free to add it, and always add one thing at a time. This is the science in me, because you won't know what works if you're adding 5 different things at once. So show yourself some grace and don't overload yourself and try to change out 5 different things at once. Okay. Start with one thing, work at it for just a little bit, and then add something else, work at it for a little bit, and then keep going that way. So, oh, good. All right. Awesome. So do any other leaders have anything to share as far as systems go before we close out? I know we went a little over, so I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Does anyone else have anything? Nope. We're good. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hopping on the PJ party, you guys. Tomorrow, we are talking about pivoting and tunnel vision. And then we have a guest speaker that will actually be on tomorrow. And we are so stinking pumped, you guys. So come prepared. Tomorrow is all about igniting the fire. So wear red. All right, guys. Have a great night. Bye.